Have you ever wondered about the signs that show a guy has a high sex drive? Picture yourself on a promising first date, or maybe in the early stages of a relationship. What are the subtle cues that could reveal more about his desires than words ever could? Well, today you're in for a treat because we're diving deep into the hidden signs that are easy to miss, but tell a lot about a guy's sexual energy. We promise to uncover some surprising truths that might change the way you see your dating encounters. From the way he talks to how he prioritizes his time, we'll reveal the less obvious signs that indicate a high sex drive. You might find some of these revelations quite unexpected. 1. He talks about sex frequently. A clear sign that a guy has a high sex drive is if he frequently brings up sexual topics in conversation. He might discuss sexual experiences, share opinions on various sexual topics, or ask questions about your preferences and experiences. This consistent focus on sex suggests that it occupies a significant part of his thoughts and interests. He might bring up these topics casually, during group conversations, or in more private settings. His comfort with discussing sex openly indicates that it's an important aspect of his life. By talking about sex often, he's not only expressing his high interest, but also gauging your reactions to see if you share similar interests. This behavior shows that he's comfortable with his sexuality and enjoys exploring and discussing it regularly. 2. He has a strong physical presence. Another sign of a high sex drive is when a guy maintains a confident and dominant physical presence. He might carry himself with an air of assertiveness, stand tall, and make strong eye contact. This physical confidence often translates into sexual confidence as well. He might take up space, use deliberate and purposeful movements, and exude an aura of control and self-assuredness. This dominant presence can be very attractive and is often linked to a higher libido. His body language, such as spreading his legs when sitting or placing his hands on his hips, can also indicate a higher level of testosterone, which is often associated with a high sex drive. This strong physical presence suggests that he's not only confident in general, but also likely has a healthy and active sexual appetite. 3. He makes sexual jokes and innuendos. If a guy frequently makes sexual jokes or comments with a suggestive undertone, it's a sign he has a high sex drive. These jokes and innuendos are his way of expressing his sexual thoughts in a more socially acceptable manner. He might make playful comments about sex, use double entendres, or tease you in a way that has a sexual connotation. This type of humor indicates that he's comfortable thinking about and discussing sexual topics, which often correlates with a higher libido. By making these jokes, he's also testing the waters to see if you're receptive to his sense of humor and if you might share his sexual interest. His frequent use of sexual humor shows that he has an active and playful attitude towards sex, suggesting a high level of sexual energy and interest. 4. He expresses interest in physical touch. A guy with a high sex drive will often initiate physical contact regularly. This can include hugs, hand-holding, playful touches, or finding excuses to be close to you physically. He might brush against you, place a hand on your back, or find reasons to touch you during conversations. This desire for physical contact indicates that he enjoys and craves tactile sensations, which is often a sign of a high libido. His frequent initiation of touch shows that he's comfortable with physical intimacy and is likely interested in more than just friendly interaction. If he often seeks out ways to be physically close to you, it's a strong indication that he has a high sex drive and is interested in exploring that physical connection further. 5. He flirts aggressively. If his flirting style is more direct and intense, it's a sign he has a high sex drive. Aggressive flirting can include bold compliments, direct statements of interest, and confident, sometimes provocative body language. He might be more straightforward about his attraction to you and less hesitant to express his desires. This type of flirting shows that he's not only confident in his sexuality, but also eager to pursue a sexual relationship. His intense and direct approach indicates a strong desire to connect with you on a physical level. By flirting aggressively, he's making it clear that he's highly interested and is willing to take risks to show his attraction. This behavior is a hallmark of someone with a high libido, as it demonstrates a proactive and assertive attitude towards sexual interaction. 6. He suggests intimate settings. A guy with a high sex drive will often propose spending time together in private or intimate environments. He might suggest watching a movie at his place, going for a drive alone, or finding a quiet spot where you can talk without interruptions. These settings provide opportunities for closer physical proximity and more intimate interactions. By suggesting such environments, he's indicating that he's interested in creating a space where deeper, more personal and potentially sexual interactions can occur. This desire for privacy and intimacy shows that he's thinking about the potential for physical closeness and is looking for opportunities to escalate the interaction. If he frequently suggests spending time in these types of settings, it's a clear sign that he has a high sex drive and is interested in exploring that connection with you. 7. He sends flirty texts or messages. Playful, flirty, and sometimes suggestive texts or messages are strong indicators of a high sex drive. He might send you messages that include compliments about your appearance, playful teasing, or direct expressions of interest. These texts can range from lighthearted and fun to more provocative and suggestive. His willingness to engage in this type of communication shows that he's comfortable expressing his sexual interest and is eager to maintain a connection even when you're not together. This behavior indicates that he's thinking about you often and is interested in keeping the sexual tension alive. Flirty messages help build anticipation and excitement, suggesting that he has a high libido and is looking forward to exploring that attraction further. 8. He uses seductive body language. Open, inviting, and suggestive body language is a sign that a guy has a high sex drive. He might lean in closer when talking to you, maintain prolonged eye contact, and use gestures that draw attention to his body. This can include standing or sitting in ways that highlight his physique, such as spreading his legs or resting his arm behind you. He might also touch his face or lips while looking at you, which can be a subconscious signal of attraction. Seductive body language is his way of non-verbally communicating his interest and creating a sense of intimacy and anticipation. If he often uses this type of body language around you, it's a clear sign that he's sexually interested and has a high sex drive. This behavior helps build a physical connection and shows that he's confident in expressing his desires. 9. He talks about physical attraction. A guy with a high sex drive will openly discuss what he finds physically attractive in a partner. He might comment on specific features he likes, such as your eyes, smile, or body shape. These discussions go beyond casual compliments and indicate a deeper level of interest in physical attributes. By openly talking about physical attraction, he's showing that he values and is highly attuned to these aspects in a relationship. This behavior suggests that he's not only aware of his desires, but is also comfortable expressing them. If he frequently brings up topics related to physical attraction, it's a sign that he has a high libido and is interested in exploring a physical relationship with you. This openness indicates that he's confident in his sexuality and eager to share his preferences with you. 10. He engages in physical activities. Participation in sports or regular exercise can be a sign of a high sex drive. Physical activities increase testosterone levels and overall energy, which can correlate with a higher libido. If he's actively involved in sports, goes to the gym regularly, or engages in outdoor activities, it shows that he values physical fitness and has a lot of physical energy. This high level of physical activity often translates into a higher sex drive. His commitment to staying fit and active indicates that he has the stamina and desire for physical exertion, which can extend to his sexual interests. If he frequently talks about his workouts or invites you to join him in physical activities, it's a sign that he's energetic and likely has a high sex drive. 11. He observes you closely. A guy with a high sex drive will pay close attention to your actions and reactions, showing a keen interest in you. He might watch how you move, listen intently to what you say, and notice small details about your appearance and behavior. This close observation indicates that he's highly attuned to you and is trying to gauge your interest and comfort level. By focusing on you so closely, he's showing that he's deeply interested in getting to know you better and is likely thinking about the potential for a physical relationship. This attentive behavior suggests that he's not just casually interested, but is genuinely attracted to you and eager to connect on a deeper level. If you notice that he consistently pays close attention to you, it's a sign that he has a high sex drive and is interested in exploring that attraction further. 12. He expresses curiosity about your love life. When a guy frequently asks questions about your dating history and current romantic interests, it's a sign that he's interested in you and likely has a high sex drive. He might inquire about past relationships, what you look for in a partner, and your experiences with intimacy. This curiosity indicates that he's trying to understand your romantic and sexual history to see if there's potential for a relationship with him. By asking these questions, he's also signaling that he's thinking about you in a romantic or sexual context and is interested in exploring that connection. His frequent inquiries about your love life show that he's not just a casual friend, but is deeply interested in understanding and potentially becoming part of your romantic and sexual experiences. This behavior suggests that he has a high libido and is eager to connect with you on that level. 13. He takes care of his appearance. A guy with a high sex drive often puts effort into looking good, grooming well, and dressing attractively. He might spend time styling his hair, choosing outfits that highlight his physique, and paying attention to his overall grooming. This effort shows that he cares about making a good impression and wants to be perceived as attractive. By taking care of his appearance, he's signaling that he values physical attraction and is likely interested in exploring a sexual relationship. His attention to detail in his grooming and style indicates that he's confident in his looks and wants to appeal to potential partners. If he consistently puts effort into his appearance, it's a sign that he has a high sex drive and is interested in attracting and maintaining a physical connection with you. So now that you know how to tell if he has a high sex drive, what's next for you? Discover how to identify strong sexual tension, or learn the seductive hints that he's ready to get closer. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.